Patrick Mahomes was my must start. I know, crazy, huh? And still, I don't know if I made a good call on telling you to start Patrick Mahomes. I mean, 19.3 fantasy points is fine, but we're 5-6 games into this team this year, and the offense is different for sure.
Yeah.
They are running the ball more than they have in the past, and don't get me wrong. I mean, Mahomes has still got 306 yards, so he still breaks the 300-yard mark, which is a lot of people don't tend to actually do that on a weekly basis, believe it or not. But he only throws one touchdown. He throws only on the book one interception, but 2 picks. One of them was called back on what felt like a really weird pass interference call that didn't really feel like PI. And just I'm not going to say that it was refs versus Broncos, but it felt kind of strange. It didn't really feel like a clear penalty. But like those turnovers weren't like the first one was like he was like getting sacked, and it felt like he was pulling like who was the player last year? Was it Matt Ryan on the Colts who just threw these like absurd interceptions? It wasn't last year; it was like a couple years ago, where he was just like he would be getting tackled or like and then try like a random like shovel pass and then would throw a pick, and like, it was just really stupid turnovers. It just felt like Mahomes had stupid turnovers on Thursday night. Like I don't understand kind of some of his decision making. He's probably just nervous that Taylor Swift is there, but I don't know. Like it just feels a little strange. So you got to keep starting Mahomes if you have him, but it's not great.
Right.
Like you're not thrilled with 19.3. So I don't know. Keep rolling him out. The offense feels like it's maybe rolling a little better, but the offense is different, man.
The offense is very different. This is actually, I think, the first effect of what this team looks like without Tyreek Hill. Especially, Kelsey still had an incredible game, but he almost missed a play or two because of his ankle again. He ended
flared up
kind
a
of
little
bouncing
bit.
back and
Then he ran back
came
out and
there,
screamed at everybody.
Yeah, which was he sure did. But if you were to tell me that Jared Goff got 19.34 fantasy points, I'd be like, all right. Yeah, that's what I expect.
Yeah.
That's fine. Obviously, our expectations of Patrick Mahomes are much different because we know what he will do. If Josh Allen put this up, he'd be like, oh, down game for him. But this is what Mahomes has done the entire year, and it's starting to feel like he was drafted too high.
Yeah.
It's starting to confirm the way that you and I have always approached fantasy drafts, which is to wait on the quarterback. Because, legitimately, a friend of mine, shout out to Bryson, who asked me this question because he went up to me and was like, I watched your episode, and I've got Mahomes, and I was contemplating whether I should start him or not, but you gave me the confidence to start him for Thursday night. I hope it pans out okay for you, buddy, because you know who he has instead? He's got Brock Purdy.
Oh, man.
And I feel like Brock Purdy's a better fantasy option than Patrick Mahomes right now.
Yeah. Hey, Bryson, I'm going to say sell Patrick Mahomes and roll with Purdy every week. I think the gap between what Purdy is doing and what Patrick Mahomes is doing isn't as far as what you could regain in value for trading away Patrick Mahomes. I think the name value and the possibility of him is just so high that people will probably give you a good package for him versus Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's putting up 20-plus points a week. That's what Patrick Mahomes is doing. Like they're putting up the same output. Like it's strange and it feels weird, and I don't necessarily fully understand it, but it feels like 2021 Jalen Hurts. Obviously, different play style, but 2021 Jalen Hurts in fantasy, it was like, I know I have a safe 20 points every week with the ceiling of a 30, 32, 35 point game. But 2021 Jalen Hurts, you drafted in like the 8th round. Like that's where you drafted him. You took Patrick Mahomes at like the 1-2 turn. Like you took Patrick Mahomes in the early second round this season. And that's not what you're getting, the value. So it's disappointing. I mean, if you want to, if you've got Purdy, if you've got... Dang, the other guy I was going to say was Anthony Richardson, but now he's on IR. So, I mean, if you've got Purdy, or if you've got... Dang, I was going to say Kirk.
I was
now
going to
he's got
say
Justin Jefferson on IR. So
I was going to say Kirk Cousins too. I mean, it's probably not accurate at the moment to say Matthew Stafford, but we'll see what it looks like with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua and Kyron Williams. Right. I wouldn't say you should roll out Matthew Stafford over Patrick Mahomes, but that is now on the table, and that is so unusual.
Same thing. Yeah. It's kind of just cut back to real quick what I said about Anthony Richardson about keeping him. Is that the quarterback market is open. There's a lot of startable quarterbacks, so you're not feeling great if you've got Patrick Mahomes that you're starting. And I'd have to check our league, West. We have that league mate who said I got to start Goff over Mahomes. I don't know if he ended up going with Mahomes or if he's going to roll with Goff this week, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. I don't know. Mahomes
Mon-Ra is back, so
yeah. You're a little disappointed with Patrick Mahomes right now if you're an owner.